You want to throw, like, kicking a ball is fun enough, right? But imagine kicking a car around. How's everyone doing today? I'm be talking about superpowers to have in real life. So yeah, let's get on to this. Laser vision. Now, laser vision sounds, pretty sick. You get to shoot lasers out of your eyes. You get to fucking blow up buildings. Laser vision can actually be handy if you just want to cook your food. If you're not as popping it into the microwave because you're a lazy fuck, or putting it in the oven because you're a lazy fuck, you could just be like, and just like a line will just be like, lasering up your food. You can also do it to fuck with people. Like, that one scene where Homelander just lasers a plane in half? You could do that and more. You could laser buildings in half. You could literally recreate 9/11 if you wanted to. You could destroy buildings. You could commit arson, like, globally if you really wanted to. And it just seems pretty OP as shit to have. And it's really, it really is like the perfect tool to have for, like, people who just want to be lazy sack of potatoes their whole lives. They don't really have to do anything. They just have to stand, exist, and just like, just like send red lines out of their eyes, and all they have to do is just turn their head like a bald head, like, and like there will be destruction everywhere because you just decide to turn your head. Next one is teleportation. Teleportation, I'm not gonna lie, it might be one of the best powers on this list. I always thought about this. Teleportation just seems like the most handiest superpower, like, ever. You can literally, like, teleport. You can literally go from Australia to Timbuk fucking nowhere, and like that, just like less than a nanosecond. It's so, like, OP. It's so handy out. You want to go to the shop. Shop's 5 minutes away. You still don't walk. Simple. Just appear around the side of the shop and just pretend like you walked here, even though you didn't. And you can also use it to fuck with people. I think teleportation might be the best to fuck with people. You can literally teleport into people's houses and do anything that you want without them even noticing. Like, you could teleport into someone's house, piss all over their floor after they just mapped the whole house, and then just teleport away. And they'll never know what happened. They'll think, what, did the piss demon break into my house? Did the crusty wet bandits break into my house and make this house wet? Like, what the fuck happened? I don't know. Like, I could literally, like, teleport into someone's house, rob their dog, and then put their dog on top of the Eiffel Tower if I wanted to. Like, you could do that with teleportation. You could also, I feel like you could kind of use teleportation for space travel if you get access to an astronaut suit. Other than that, you can really just teleport to, like, space for, like, I don't know, maybe 2 seconds until teleporting back. You literally, like, teleport to the moon and be like, wow! And then you just teleport back. It's like, yeah, there's an experience being on space. You could use it for travel. I feel like it's better than flying, because, like, teleportation can literally do anything flight can, just better. It can like get you to places faster. It can get you out of shit faster. Like, oh yeah, there's a boulder. Your whole house is crumbling on top of you like a digested biscuit. Oh, just teleport out the way. Like, you could also use it to save people, but, like, we all know we're not gonna do that. I don't give a shit about other people. So you could also use it to rob people as well. You could, like, teleport into a shop, like, nick the whole fucking box of Mountain Dew, and then just teleport back to your house. And no one will know what did it. They'll catch you on camera. But, yeah, you'll be too quick for that shit. You'll be too quick for them to actually catch you. So, and next one is flight. Now, flight is basically teleportation, but it's shittier. It's the shittier version. It's the version that, like, kind of comes out of your ass when you take a shit on the toilet, like, It's pretty cool. It's pretty good. But I'd rather just have teleportation. Teleportation, teleportation, you can do so much more better than with flight. Flight, you can just fly around. That's pretty much it. You can fly around. You can be Superman, just like the Wish version, the version from AliExpress, the version that no one really likes. You can save people. You can just, I feel like the only reason I have the power of flight is because I just feel like it'd be fun to, like, fly around and, flip off people in their planes, or you stand on top of a plane or something, or just stand on top of a really tall, high-ass building without the fear of falling off. Or you could, like, pull a really sick-ass prank. So, like, you come home one day to, like, your friend or your wife, whoever you're living with, right? And then you're, like, telling them, right, I want to show you something out the window. And then you're like, here, look at this. Then you just drop out the window. They think you're dead. But no, then you just float up like you're Jesus. That would be a funny-ass prank, you made them shit a brick. And it's also pretty funny. So, flight doesn't really seem that handy, except for just having fun, really. So Next one is telekinesis. Telekinesis. 11 from Stranger Things was 11 from Stranger Things is kind of lucky she had telekinesis. And telekinesis on this list just seems like the most handy. Like it actually is also perfectly built for lazy fucks. Like you're sitting on the couch and you're not bothered moving the fucking controller that's like less than 2 meters in front of you. It'll just like come into your hands, like, you know. It's just like you can move shit without moving a single muscle. You can fuck with people as well. You can you could throw a glass at their head. You could throw water balloons at their head. You can throw a grenade at them. You know, so much more further. You could throw a car. You could throw a brick. You could throw anything really. It's really just all in your mind. Now imagine you have telekinesis. That was as OP as Vader. Then you're actually not to be fucked with. You are Dennis. You are the Dennis the Menace of Earth, because you could just like fucking pull over a whole ass moon just to fuck with Earth. Like, if you had telekinesis as powerful as 11, then you're gonna be like an 11-year-old. You know, you won't be able to really do much. The most you're able to do is make someone shit their pants or piss themselves, and maybe make someone ejaculate out of nowhere. That would be a pretty funny prank, actually. You know, imagine just like your friends going on a date or some shit, and you have telekinesis. You just be like, and then a fucking stain just starts forming around the crotch of his pants, and he orgasms just like, you know, just fucking with his day. It's like that you know, that'd be pretty funny to have telekinesis. Now with Vader, you can do a lot more. You could just explode someone, or you could just chuck them into the atmosphere. You could chuck them off the face of the earth. So yeah, telekinesis is pretty OP. It film and movies and shit. And I remember I used to actually think because like back in the day when I was like super unaware and had the same IQ as like a hard drive, or same IQ as a fishbowl. I used to think telekinesis are real, and I'd watch these videos. They're like, oh yeah, you can actually get the telekinesis in real life. You just have to like sit down in the middle of your room, stare at the wall, and just meditate or do some like energy concentration into your asshole type shit. You know, I don't know. It's pretty stupid. I don't know. I think it like I just imagine telekinesis was real though. Next one is invisibility. Invisibility would be the perfect power for people who just want to be sus and want to be weird. But also invisibility would also be a pretty handy power if you just want to like fuck. I feel like invisibility is really handy for just fucking with people. You could just like imagine you're invisible. You could go into someone's house and just start doing this, and they're gonna hear noises and they're gonna think, who the fuck is that? Who broke into my house? They just don't hear anything. You can make someone go insane. You could send someone to the psychiatric ward or a mental facility by just like being invisible and acting like a goofy goober while no one sees you. You could also, it gives you the freedom of walking around naked without scaring anyone, without getting arrested for public indecency, because you're invisible. Like, think about it. Like, with the power of invisibility, you could change your morning routine. You could wake up, skip putting on your clothes, and just get on about your day. Just invisible, like. You know, just walking, fucking cock swinging left and right in the wind. Like, what's wrong with that? If you're invisible, like, no one can see you, right? And you can also rob shit, all that. Invisibility, it'd be so much more easier to rob stuff. Like, actually, even if you do get caught on camera, they're just gonna think it's a ghost. I mean, like, why is there a ghost in this fucking middles robbing that 4-pack of cookies, man? You know? This is some devious-ass ghost who wants to give himself diabetes. It's like the perfect tool to rob people, to fuck with people, and also to be inside of people's houses as well. I feel like there'd be people in this world who had invisibility, and they'd use it on some freak master type shit like Joe Gorba, and like sneak into their house and like, I don't know, take their possessions and shit. So yeah, invisibility, it can be handy to be devious, but also can be just pretty weird and creepy. Next one is intangibility. Intangibility just seems like one of the most OP powers in fiction to me. Like, the ability to just go through anything is so cracked. You don't even know. It's like you're just a ghost. Pretty much, you're a ghost. Like, imagine you're able to turn it on and off. That'd be handy as shit. Like, you don't even have to go through the front door. You don't even have to, like, unlock your front door anymore, bro. You can lock the door and just fucking throw the key away, or just shove the key up your ass. Like, you know, you don't need that key anymore. You can just walk through into your house. You can also go into other people's houses. So like, if you live in a semi-detached house and your next door neighbors won't stop arguing or fucking so loud, you could just walk through the wall and tell them to shut the fuck up, and then walk back into your house. You know, the next door neighbors are probably going to think, what the shit did I just witness? Am I schizo? Am I tripping out? They probably think they're losing their mind. You know, it could also, like, intangibility could also be used to make people use their mind, but not as much as invisibility. Also, being intangible in a fight where no one's able to touch you would be so funny and handy. Like, think about it. Someone's trying to fucking, punch you, and it just goes through them, and they're just draining all their energy trying to attack you. Meanwhile, you're just standing there fucking mewing all over them, and you can just rage bait the shit out of them. It'd be so funny, and it would be so handy to fuck with people, and it could also just be a lifesaver. Like, imagine you're, like, I don't know, in a building, in a shop or some shit. You're surrounded by stuff that could, like, really hurt you if it was broken. Like, I don't know, let's just say you're in the alcohol section of a shop, and an earthquake starts happening. You can just go intangible. What's going to happen? The alcohol's going to fall all over you. It's just going to smash all over the ground. You know? You're sorted. You're gone. So yeah, intangibility. I would really like to have intangibility. Mind reading. Mind reading, to be honest, I'm not going to lie, is probably one of the worst superpowers to have. Because if you have mind reading, you could read people's minds. Like, it can be good and it can be bad, right? So, you have mind reading, you can read your friends' minds, right? You can, like, know what their darkest, deepest secrets are. You can know how down bad you are. You can know if they fuck with BDSM or not. You can know who they truly are, okay? But then again, like, if you can't turn off mind reading, think of how annoying that is. Think of how, like, depressing shit your life is. Like, you're always seeing what people actually think of. Like, you can actually see what people think of you. You know, someone's gonna say, oh, I like you. Yeah, you know, you're chill, you're cool. And then in their head, they're thinking, I fucking hate this guy. I would drink a gallon of ink, then have another conversation with him. Holy shit, actually kill me. You know, it'd be pretty depressing. You'd probably hate yourself if you, like, read someone's mind and they actually hate you when they said you did like you. You know, mind reading would be handy to get information out of someone. You know, you could get the code to a vault, or your code to something, like in video games or like in movies and shit, or you could just cheat. Like in a test or some shit, or if someone's quizzing you, you could just read your mind and be like, I know the answers, bitch. I can do this without even trying. So yeah, mind reading, I feel like it can be pretty handy. I forgot to mention, mind reading is just an instant fucking win in fights. You think about it, you're reading someone's mind. Someone tries to punch you, you already know they punched you before they even punched you. Like, you know, you're seeing it, you're literally knowing every person's thought, every person's move. They can't get past you for anything. Unless they do some Kratos shit and just start fucking doing that automatic autopilot instinct driven shit where it's just like in their nature to be a ruthless piece of shit, like, you know. But yeah, mind reading, it's OP and it's also not OP at the same time. So, next one is super strength. Probably one of the most popular superpowers in fiction. Hulk has it, obviously. Everyone knows who the Hulk is. Having super strength also will be really handy. You're strong as shit. No one will fuck with you. If you're like the Hulk, you could obliterate buildings and turn them into fucking dust. You could turn people into dust. You could throw cars. You could just throw random shit across the planet, probably. You want to throw, like, kicking a ball is fun enough, right? But imagine kicking a car around like it's a football. Like, think of how much fun that would be. Like, yeah, you'd cause destruction and shit, but, like, what if you do it in a field where there's, like, no one around, like, just a big, massive-ass abandoned field? Like, imagine just kicking a car around in there. Think of how much fun is that. Now, if you're a sadistic fuck and you already give a fuck about humankind, super strength might be the power for you. Because you can literally just do, like, no one will fuck with you, pretty much. You can, like, kick a car around, cause a lot more destruction and shit. You could kill people easier, you could cause chaos more easier. It'd be pretty handy for that stuff. But also, I feel like super strength, wouldn't it also depend, like, your physical body? Like, would you be able to handle the super strength and shit? I don't know, I don't really want to get into the realism of, like, superpowers or some shit, because that's just boring, and I don't want to do that. But yeah, super strength seems like a basic ass power, but also seems really handy. But I'm not gonna lie, it probably might be the most boring on this list. Like, super strength, like, invisibility, intangibly, super strength. I'm just fucking The Rock, but times 10 billion gazillion, like, you know. It is pretty shit, I'm not gonna lie. But it's also pretty good at the same time. Super speed. Fuck, my phone just fell over. Super speed, you can basically be Barry Allen. So you can be the Flash. You can, like, super speed would be pretty fun and chill, and I feel like super speed would be handy if you just want to, like, have your own time, do things at your own pace, do whenever you want. You can have all the time literally in the world with super speed. Because when you're running, I'm not sure. I'd like to imagine this is how it is. When you're in super speed, everyone around you, you look like a spark. You like you're going fucking like the speed of light. But then in your mind, you're just walking normally, but everyone's just so slow. You know, it's like in Invincible when Red Rush has it. Like a conversation takes years or some shit for him to finish. Oh yeah, that would be probably the negatives of super speed. You'd probably be super impatient. You'd be like having a conversation with someone like in Red Rush or Invincible would be so painful. Like imagine trying to talk to someone. You're like, hey, how was your day? And then they're like, you know, they're just going in slow motion. They sound like they're trying to do a cryptid impression or some shit. It'd probably be super annoying. But you could also use super speed to fuck with someone. Like you could like go into super speed, pull down someone's pants, and they wouldn't even know. They think like they forgot to like walk out of the gaff with their pants pulled up. Like they probably thought they walked out of the gaff with their pants at their ankles. Like you could give someone a wedgie and they wouldn't know. They probably thought like a ghost gave them a wedgie or some shit. You could also rob shit at super speed as well. That like it'd be so easy, bro. You could like tap someone on the shoulder and then rob their or not tap someone on the shoulder. You could just like take something out of someone's pocket and then just run away super quickly. Even if you do get caught, you can just run away. Like, what's stopping you from just running away? Like, think about it. If you're in a fight and someone's just like, and you're built like a stick and some dude's just built like a fucking big Giga Chat on steroids or train, you can just run away. Or I think in some variations, if that's your speed, you can just run through them. You can literally just go right through someone, like A-Train did in The Boys. Remember in the first episode of The Boys? When A-Train ran through Huey's first girlfriend, he just obliterated, just like, he just smashed through her. He turned her into like, I don't know, floating ketchup for like a split second. You could do that. You could kill people so easier. I also heard that Flash is able to get around the Earth 7 times in a second. So think about how much like handier like powers like teleportation, super speed would be for traveling the world. You could go to Rome, you could go to Australia, you could go to North Sentinel Island. Yeah, you could go to places where you're not even supposed to fucking go. You could go to places that, no one else can go because you're super quick as shit. And you could just see so many great stuff like the Eiffel Tower, fucking the big ass Jesus statue in Brazil. You could go to Australia. Don't know why the fuck you don't want to go to Australia. That place just seems like a death trap. But yeah, you could pretty much go anywhere. I also like to imagine if you had super speed, you could run so fast, you can run over water. You could literally be Jesus, but he could run away. So like, if Jesus had super speed, he would have been able to run away from God. He would have been able to run away from all the people that are fucking forcing him to put down the cross. Like, that would be pretty sick, just running across water to a different country and then run back and be like, yeah, it was great. Or it was shit. Like, super speed, it seems like a really handy one to have. Next one and the last one is regeneration. Regeneration, I feel like, would also be one of the, like, I feel like regeneration might be like this, one of the most handiest ones to have, and one of the most OP, because think about it, you get your arm chopped off, it regrows. You get your dick chopped off, it regrows. You fucking take too much of a fat shit in your asshole hurts, it's gonna regenerate pretty much quickly, and you're gonna be better in no time, like, or if you're giving birth, bro, you're gonna heal back, you're gonna be regenerated. It's grand, it's handy out. But what would happen if you had regeneration and your head got chopped off? Like, let's just say you had regeneration and you were getting executed at the guillotine. Let's just say it's like back in that day when executions were normal, and your head gets chopped off. Would your like same head and same brain grow back, or would like a different brain grow back and be like a different person? It'd be like a different personality just takes over your body. It'd be like a ghost possessing you. But instead, it's like a different head on your body. It's like a completely different person. That's kind of interesting to think about. And also, what if you like got sliced perfectly in half? Like, would your body parts just like push themselves back together like Legos, or would you just like grow from one side or grow from your side? Because I actually heard this with Deadpool. What happens when Deadpool gets sliced in half is the half that has more brain regrows. So I think maybe that's what would happen. But you know what else would suck if you had regeneration? If you could feel pain. Having regeneration, if you could feel pain, you might as well just be a regular person really at that point. Like, I'd rather just be a regular person. Like, imagine feeling the fucking pain of your arm getting chopped off, but it regrows. But still feeling the pain of your arm chopped off, that would be like, bro, I just want to be turned back to human. You gave me a present, I'd rather just get like shit in a stocking. Like, like what's the difference? But without feeling regeneration, you could have so much fun. You could be so destructive. You could be so careless. You could be on the Eiffel Tower with your missus, right? And you could just say to her, "Hey, look at this!" And you could just like jump off, and splat onto the ground. But then you're gone because you have regeneration. It'd be worth it because funnies and yeah, you're not dead. You got to like you can actually with regeneration without feeling pain. You can do skydiving without the need for a parachute. You could just like be in a big ass plane and just jump out and never have to let your parachute go because you have regeneration. You're gonna get regenerated. Now imagine being able to have regeneration, but you can regenerate from nothing. Like SCP-682 for fuck me, my pencil fell. SCP-682, the hard to destroy reptile, he can regenerate from like atoms and molecules, so it's pretty much impossible to kill him. Yeah, you'd be pretty much unstoppable to be killed. That could really piss some people off. Like imagine someone just catches you and they're like having you tied up against a chair, they're trying to interrogate you. You don't tell them shit, and they start cutting you up, and you say you keep coming back just over and over again. It's like they're gonna get pissed. It's like, why aren't you dying? What is wrong with you? But I'd rather have regeneration like Wolverine instead of Deadpool, because Wolverine is just like instantaneous. It's like he gets cut in the face, he regens straight away. With Deadpool, it's like you chop an arm off, he still has like toddler arms for like a couple of days. You chop his legs off, he still has baby legs. He looks like a deformed bone marrow baby, really. You get sliced in half on the torso. You're walking, you have a regular grown-ass man body, but then your lower half body still looks like you can just barely walk. You have like little baby toddler legs, So yeah, regeneration seems really OP, but it would really suck if you could feel the pain. But if you can't feel the pain, then I feel like it'd be a really good superpower. And yeah, I just wanted to talk about superpowers because why not? So hope you did enjoy this video. See you later.